Hello friends, this is my YouTube channel IT Pro. You can watch it for a strongly foundation of information technology and promises you to give you conceptual knowledge in computer. Keep watching for latest videos. Time to time I will come with the latest video in computer. Thank you.
We'll try to talk about how to create your own PowerPoint to add slides, images, pictures, and also to work with how to work with your slides and deleting slides. Now when you start PowerPoint, this is the way it starts off, and we all know that PowerPoint is used to make presentation. And the one thing to remember when you're creating a PowerPoint is to keep in mind that you are only trying to put your outline on the PowerPoint and maybe important quotations. You don't want to put all your presentation on the PowerPoint because people will start to read it. Now when I started PowerPoint, so I have my old files listed here. And I can also open, if it's not listed here, I can open it from here. And they have some interesting templates which are available here that if you liked, you can just double click on it. And you'll find that you see they have some business templates. So these are templates which are already prepared with different ideas, and you can just double click on it and download it and just fill in the information. I'm just going to go back and say if I go to nature. So all of these are templates which are already created with some color schemes and some slides already set up. I'm just going to go back, go to the business again so I can download some interesting ones. So let's see if I see something. So business strategy presentation. So I'll just double click on it. And you see now here there are all these different slides which I'll explain to you. And now all I have to do is go to the slide and then start filling in the information where I want it. Okay. So this is good because everything is already set up for you. However, this is not the best way to learn. The best way to learn is by doing it from blank. So I'll just close this and I'll go to File and New, Blank Presentation. Double click on it. So here I am. Now it's always a good habit to start saving your work as soon as you type something. So just for practice, I'll just try to create my own portfolio. So this will be Amir's portfolio or maybe Amir's resume. And then up here I'll add a title, my full name. I can put some of my designation and anything else I wanted to type. Now right away I'll try to hit the save button so that I can save it, and it's always a good habit to save it in a folder. So I can now, instead of saving it in SkyDrive, which is Microsoft's cloud services, so that anything I save in my computer on the SkyDrive will be synced to my Hotmail SkyDrive account, so I can have access to it from anywhere in the world. So that's a really good thing if you wanted to do that. But if I want to save it to the computer, I'll just click Computer, Browse, and then I'll save it in My Documents. Now if I don't have a PowerPoint folder, I can create a new folder. I'll give it the name PowerPoint. It's always a good thing to give it a meaningful name. Double click on it, PowerPoint, and then there's the name of the file. Now if you were trying to share this with people who did not have Office 2013 or 2010 PowerPoint, then you click here on the bottom and then you save it as 97-2003 so everybody can open it. But now you won't be able to use some of the new features which are part of the new program. But even if you save it as the default, which is the 2013 series, you will be able to resave it as a different name. And under Tools here, if you want it, you can go to General Options, and now you can put a password to open, so that even before anybody can look at it, they will be needing to type a password. Or you can have a password to modify. That means people can look at it, but they cannot make changes to it. So now I can hit save. So there it is, and now I am in my PowerPoint saved. It should say on the top. Now the first thing you need to understand is how do you add slides. So you see there's the new slide button. Now it's better to click on the drop down button because they will show you some different layouts. So here you have some options for a single column layout or a double column layout. So you'll find that these are the most common ones that you use. And there is another reason why you want to do this is because we're going to talk about something called master slides later on, which helps you to make changes to one slide, and all of these slides will start to change automatically. So that will be coming up in the second video. So I'll just choose this single content, and then now I can type a summary. And then I'll click here and I can now start typing whatever I want. So line 1, I'm just making things up. Now if I wanted to make this line 3.1 indented, which is underneath the line 3, then I click in front of it and I hit the tab key on the keyboard. I'll click in front of here and I'll hit tab also. And if I click on line 4 and I hit tab, it will do that too. Now I realized, hey, I made a mistake. So I can press the shift key on the keyboard and hit the tab button. So while holding the shift, you hit the tab, so it will reverse it. Or you can use these buttons here, increase or decrease. And if you found that if you hit backspace here, you will lose your bullets. So you can hit the bullets button on the top again to add it back. So there's not a problem. And you can always highlight the bullets and then you can change it to some other styles of bullets as you needed it, or the numbering. So a lot of these things that you've learned in Microsoft Word, they apply to these things. And there are lots of other options like making it bold or italics, so those things can be done. I do want to talk about a few things here where I'm going to highlight the word summary, and I can use this button which stands for character spacing. Click in the drop down button and I can make it very loose. So you see, when I say very loose, it goes far away from each other. If I'll make it very tight, you see it will come close. Or I can go back to it and make it normal. And this is an exam question that you'll come across, and it's called character spacing. And it's very important that you get into the habit of pointing to the buttons and understand what the button stands for, so that in the exam, even if you don't get an explanation, you'll be able to understand what that button is. I can also add like a shade to it, a text shadow. So you see now it's kind of got a shaded thing to it, and I can remove it. And the other options are always there with font styles and the sizes. And you can always click in the boxes and start making changes. And now if you look on the left hand side, you have the slide 1, and I can go there and click in the boxes to make changes. Or I can go to slide 2. Now to make changes, you have to click in the box, and you can start removing it, editing it, whatever you want to do with it. Now we'll continue on, add another slide. So I'll go to new slide, but this time I'll choose to content. And up here I'll just put a title and say I want to add a picture. So a picture is pictures that I have in my computer. And if you look in the bottom, in one of these boxes, I can either use this button here, or I can use this one. So either or. So I'll click on this one. And now it will ask me where are your pictures. I'll go to sample pictures, and then I'll double click on any one of these. Whichever one I want, I can double click on it. And the picture is added. I can go to the corners and I can resize them. Always remember to go to the corners because it maintains the proportion. And whenever you have a picture, you get picture tools where you can start to make it look different. So there are lots of different ways. So you see I just added like a shade on the bottom, reflection, and you can always make other artistic changes. So they've got lots of different ways of making your pictures look interesting. Color. So these are things you can just start playing around, and you'll find that it adds value to your pictures. Now up here I can click here and I can add another picture or anything else, or I can just type a word. And that's it. It's done.
Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. And if you will like this video, please subscribe my channel and press the